How's everyone doing? Testing, testing. Doing some clean racing in the Revline practice server. Just set up today. Got an event this Sunday. First proper event in Wreckfest 2. And we now have a freecam mod where we can showcase all the action better than we could before. We gaming right now, guys. We gaming. So if anyone wants to join, it's the Revline practice server in Wreckfest 2. Password is JRev. We've got Kira and Joe Baden who are participating in the event this Sunday. Practicing in the server right now. Get to see all the lines. Get to see this beautiful game untethered to the back of a car now. We can zoom out. Look at this. We've got a track over here as well. Maybe they'll do something with it. Yeah, we gaming, boys. Good to see Kira back. A Wreckfest 1 event veteran. Trying to get to grips with Wreckfest 2. He's playing on the wheel. There he is right there, number 8. We get to see these beautiful liveries that people can now make in the game. Iconic number 8 from Kira. We've got Joe Baden, who has never participated in a Revline event, but has participated in a few equals ban events. He's a very quick guy as far as I'm aware. So this stream is going to be more chilled out. I'm just going to be getting to grips with this free cam that is now on the Nexus mod store. I'm using a modified version from STR where now it's slowed down so that I can move around a bit more freely without zooming in and out too quick. So how is everyone doing? So the quickest time I've seen so far is a 38.8 by David Final Form. He's going to be one of the front runners in the event this Sunday. We're going to be using this track. We're going to be using the Rockets. Game looks beautiful. It's like Kira's picking up the pace now. He's got a 39.1. Let's have a look at what Joe Baden has got. Let's select him. There we go. Get in the free cam. And away we go. He has a 39.0. Yeah, anyone is welcome to join. It's the Wreckfest 2 Revline practice server. The password is JRev. Jayrev if you want to join in. It's clean racing rules. We're going to be getting sweaty this Sunday. Yeah, Jayrev, how's it going, Jay? I'm hoping you're going to be signing up for this. Yeah, the benchmark so far for this Sunday is a 38.8 set by David Final Form. So we see Joe Baden, he's done a 39.028. Kira's done a 39.1. He's picking up, he's taking that rust off pretty quickly. I'm sure he'll be one of the front runners come Sunday. It's a pretty simple track, Jay. It's only 39 seconds long. I'm sure you'll be alright. A lot of people will be very rusty. They've not done like any clean events in Wreckfest 1 or 2 for a long time. 39.007 by Joe Baden. So how's the stream sounding? We're sounding nice and clear. Sorted a bit of the settings out earlier. I think we're better than we sounded yesterday. Yeah, feel free if you want to join in. So yeah, feel free to join in. It's the Revline practice server. Password is JRev, Jayrev. Maybe I should put it here somewhere. Maybe I can pin it somewhere. See if I can do that. Password. So I'll do that, and then I think I can pin it. There we go. Customize time. We'll have it here for, I think 200 minutes will do. There we go. I think we're sorted. So yeah, I'm just testing out the free cam, seeing how it is. I'll get to use this on Sunday. I think it'll be me commentating. I think we might be joined by CRGA as well. The Wheezy Boy, the Eggman. I'll probably try out the car combo at some point. Need to try upgraded cars. Hopefully you've done camera mod correctly. Yeah, man. Just let us know in the Discord if you have any issues or anything. A lot of people have been sharing the setups and stuff in the Wreckfest 2 events chat in Revline. So there's a lot of information there if you want to copy some of that. How's it going, Grand Precursor? How's it going, Tyrone? Good to see you guys. Yeah, you do. You can start today if you want. You can join the server. It's the Revline practice server. Clean racing rules. Password is pinned in the Twitch chat. Yeah, the game is beautiful. I'm using a freecam mod. So I'm now untethered. I can zoom out as far as I want. So we can see all the action the way we could in Wreckfest 1. Yeah, anyone is welcome to join as long as you keep it clean. We're going to see some racing now. We've got Kira 8 and Joe Baden. Getting some practice in. They'll get to practice some of their racecraft here as well. It seems like they're on a similar pace. Qualifying on this track is going to be really important. Not many overtaking opportunities. I'm sure we'll see some. But if you are at a similar pace, you will struggle to overtake. Yeah, it looks beautiful, man. We are fully maxed out on the settings. We're on Twitch, it's on 1080p, so it won't look as nice, but I'm streaming on YouTube and it's at 4K. So if you want to see it in all of its glory, you can watch it there. We've got side-by-side action going over the bridge. Kira goes into the wall, slows him down a bit. Joe Baden will take the position. Yeah, no worries, man. We've got more side-by-side. Kira on the left, Joe Baden on the right. Kira takes the position nice and clean there. Ooh, Kira getting a little wobble there coming out of turn 1. Going to slow him down a little bit maybe. Looks like Joe Baden had a little bit less speed. Kira going a little bit wide, Joe Baden on the inside, Kira going left, Joe Baden going right as we go over the bridge. Kira will keep hold of the lead for now. Joe Baden looking for an opportunity to pass. He stays right behind him. He thought about the inside, maybe too late there. Kira will keep the position. Looks like Kira has definitely found in his form here. I am aware that Joe Baden is a very, very quick Wreckfest 2 racer. I'd say probably a top 10, top 20 in the game. And Kira is showing that he is no slouch in Wreckfest 2. Wreckfest 1 veteran for sure. Won many events. Had many battles with the likes of Moffel, Tocker, Aiden, IQ. And the old boy himself that you are watching on the stream. But he is back. The old dog. Looks like he can be taught some new tricks here. One more time with the server name. It's the Revline practice server. The password is pinned in the Twitch chat. IQ has joined the server, guys. I think that guy's pretty good at the game. I think it's played it a few hours. The Grand Precursor is in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, all he asks is you keep it clean. If you happen to get lapped, please just let the leaders overtake. No corner bombing, no spinning. Let's watch these guys laying off these guys. This is how you race right here. Close racing. Barely touching. Beautiful, beautiful. We are entering lap 7 of 10 now. The two-man race. Looks like Kira had a good exit out of turn 1 there. And he will keep all the lead. Looks like Joe Baden's got slightly more pace. But pace is one thing. Overtaking is quite another, as I said, that Kira goes wide there. That's going to allow Joe Baden to get back on the rear bumper of Kira. As we go down the hill into the hairpin. This could be an overtaking opportunity here. We could see some dive bombs maybe. We'll have to make sure they keep it under control. Kira holding on to the lead. Kira using the steering wheel, guys. He is on the steering wheel. Joe Baden, I'm not sure. I think he might be on the controller. But Kira showing that the steering wheel, you can be very quick with it in Wreckfest too. On lap 8 of 10. Going over the bridge once again, Joe Baden. Looking to unleash his pace, but he's got Kira ahead of him. He's going to take the wide line into the hairpin. Kira with the narrow line. Joe Baden looking for something here on the inside. Kira on the left. Joe Baden getting caught a little bit there on the curb. Will slow him down a bit. He's going to look for more opportunities as we come out of the final turn. We go through the start and finish. Kira still in the lead. Lap 9 of 10. Under the bridge. Joe Baden keeping it so tidy there. Looking for overtaking opportunities, but not forcing it too much. Very respectful of his fellow driver there. Once again down the hill into the hairpin. Joe Baden going again for that wide entry. Kira, not easy to overtake. I've had many races with this gentleman. One of the cleanest, one of the fastest racers I have ever raced against. And he knows how to defend. He is not going to let up easily. He can just follow his lines. He doesn't really feel the pressure that much. You have to do something pretty remarkable to overtake this man. Consistently in the top 3 in Wreckfest 1 events through its full life cycle. He knows what needs to be done to win races in this game. Well, the last game, probably this game as well. We'll see as time goes by. As we're on the lap, Kira is holding on. Is Joe Baden going to try something here? Looks like that is all she wrote, and Kira will take the win. Nicely done. 39.078 from Joe Baden. As IQ and the Grand Precursor join the server. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That was amazing. IQ has joined. He's in, he's in. Yeah, feel free to join, guys, if you're watching the stream on YouTube or on Twitch. We're in the Revline practice server. The password is pinned in the Twitch chat. It is JREV, Jayrev. We've got more people joining in. The Grand Precursor is going to see how he does up against the likes of Kira 8, IQ, Joe Baden. See that? Kira is new to these cars and he's already on pace with one of the quick guys in the game. Sponsored by JREV, yes, of course, of course, of course. So yeah, we are running the Rocket on Dalsban and main circuit this Sunday, 6 o'clock UK time. It'll be a 5-lap qualification session, followed by a 10-lap shakedown race, followed by a 30-lap mini enduro. IQ will start on pole position for this one. Let's see what kind of pace he has at the start of his practice for the event this Sunday. IQ, especially in the latter stages of the Wreckfest 1 life cycle, proved to be the man to beat in Wreckfest 1 events. He's won it all, team, solo, all of it. As we enter the Wreckfest 2 era, we've got more contenders. We've got some old guys coming back as well. Can he hold on to that crown that he has worked so hard to get? Yeah, we're not getting paid yet. We're not getting paid yet. Ooh, IQ goes wide there. Joe Burden having a slightly better corner as he goes side by side. Not really side by side, slightly there on IQ. IQ will still lead. Oh, and Kira gets onto the mud there and it spins him around. You have to be careful on this bit here. If you get 2 tires left of this curb, you are spinning. So you must be careful. Kira found out the hard way there. But it's better to do it in practice than in the main event. IQ then with Joe Burden for company. Coming over the bridge, down the hill, into the hairpin. I have never commentated on a race before with 500 miles as the music. But we are adapting, guys. We are adapting. Maybe if we have a 500 lap event in the future, we can have this music on repeat. Nice, 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 nice. So as expected, IQ is right on the pace straight away. Joe Burden keeping up with him though. Joe Burden, someone who in Revline you may never have heard of. But I'm aware that he is very quick at Wreckfest 2. The leaderboards prove that, and he's shown to have the pace as well. Battling with IQ side by side down the hill. Into the last turn, IQ will take a slightly deeper line there. Joe Burden keeping on the back of him. How's it going, Mr. J? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you've signed up for the event this Sunday. Welcome back. Welcome back. Joe Burden going up his hills side by side with IQ as they go over the bridge. Down the hill, IQ will have the inside line. It gets a little bit wobbly off the bridge there. Joe Burden with some decent speed. IQ looking for an opportunity here. Not quite doing there. Joe Burden keeps hold of it. IQ switching it around, going left. Joe Burden takes the first position. I believe this is IQ's first practice of this combination. Getting to grips with it. Joe Burden's done a few laps already. The quickest lap I have seen so far is a 38.8 in practice by Mr. David Final Form. That's it. So anything in the low 39s, high 38s is what you should be looking for here, especially in qualifying. The Grand Precursor, if you can hear me, please let the leaders overtake. We've got a good race going on here between IQ and Joe Burden. I'm not sure you can hear me. I think you need to upgrade your car as well. It looks like you're lacking a lot of top speed there. Next time we'll need, yeah, I've got people working on it, Jay. But if you are struggling with manual and clutch, I've got a video on YouTube with what I'm aware is the best option for manual and clutch. It's nowhere near as OP as it was in Wreckfest 2, Wreckfest 1, sorry. I'd say it's probably about 1, maybe 2 tenths on a track like this. But so yeah, you can use the macro that I've done on YouTube, or the old way of doing it, where you have it bound to analog up and right, and you flick the analog stick. That works too. So you can do it that way, or you can use the macro. That is up to you. So IQ is not going to let Joe Burden go here. It's a shame that Kira spun out there on the final corner. He would have been in this battle as well. IQ a little bit far behind Joe Baden. Now Joe Baden, a 38.8, guys. That is the quickest time I've seen. I think it's slightly quicker than Mr. David Final Forms that he did earlier on that I saw. A 38.843 is the benchmark. So these are the lines you need to be doing, guys. I'll ride on board with Mr. Joe Baden, and we'll show you a lap of the track. I will go quiet and I'll just let the driving do the talking. So that is how it's done, guys. A lap of the circuit, following the current time to beat 38.843, the quickest time I have seen in practice. Easy work, easy work. How's it going, GAZ? Yeah, the camera is amazing. This is just what we needed. It was well timed as well, as I announced the event literally a few hours before this camera mod was announced. The only thing is, when you've selected somebody, you cannot see their name, but you can see everyone else's. How's it going, Raven Striker? Good to see you, mate. Joe is really fast. Yeah, we're seeing that live on the screen. Joe Baden, could he be the winner this weekend? 38.945 to finish himself off there. Kira 8 would have been involved in that battle, I am sure, but he spun on the last turn. Major W, major W. Good racing there by Joe Baden and IQ. Just before this race, we saw a great race between Joe Baden and Kira. Kira holding him off for basically the full race to claim the legendary two-man Dallas Bannon Grand Prix win. Another good race there. So for anyone that's watching, we are in the Revline practice server. The password is JREV, J-A-Y-R-E-V. If you want to join in and practice with these guys, it's clean racing rules. We've got an event this Sunday, the first proper Wreckfest 2 event at Revline. We're basically doing this so I can test out the free cam and also test the stability of the new Revline server. David Final Form has joined us, another quick guy. How are you doing, Bouncy? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, anyone is free to join as long as you follow the clean racing rules. Keep it tidy. Keep it nice and tidy. So how many people have we got entering at the event so far? As I look at the sign-ups, we have 16. We have Savalitin, we have Pikachu, we have Heke, we have Pertaco, David Final Form, Mr. J, Tyrone Hoodlum, Bouncy, Kira 8, Character, Naya, Burnout, DNB, IQ, and Joe Baden. Looks like a sweaty lobby right there. I won't look at you, Jay, if that's alright. If that makes you feel better. Good to see you too, Bouncy. Good to see you've signed up too there, mate. That's a very solid list. Kira just learning and casually being as quick as the quick guys already. IQ gifted by the RNG gods will take the lead into turn 1. Joe Baden side by side with Kira through the hairpin. So I've got David Final Form selected, so it won't show his name. That's the only thing about this camera mod. IQ starting the first lap in the lead, followed by Joe Baden, followed by Kira 8, followed by David Final Form. The grand precursor there at the back of the grid. So IQ going over the bridge. Had a good battle with Joe Baird in the last race. As we get into the hairpin, we're on the Dowles Bannon main circuit. Ooh, Kira and David final form. A little bit too heavy there from him. We also get to see these beautiful skins that people have made in the game. We don't need no mods this time around. There's David final forms. 591 final motorsport. We've got Kira 8 with the iconic number 8 on his car there. We've got Joe Baird, and what is he running? He's got a clean black livery. Then we've got IQ. Has he got OB on his car? No, he does not. He's got the number 26, the black with the red stripe. We've seen that a few times in Wreckfest 1. Welcome Bouncy to the server. Looks like David will get the overtake on Kira. I'm not sure if Kira let him by there. Looks like IQ has found some sort of pace in this race. We will select him as the leader. Select car, IQ, there we go. Ooh, great view, great view. IQ with a 39.105. We know what Joe Bairden is capable of with a 38.8 the last race. Very, very steady there into the hairpin. IQ with the lead, Joe Bairden in second, David final form in third, Kira 8 in fourth position. Kira 8 getting stuck on the mud there on the right hand side. That'll grip you and spin you around if you're not careful. Ooh, I think IQ hit the wall there coming out of turn 1. That's going to slow him down, going side by side into the long right-hander. Looks like IQ will hold on to the position for now, but Joe Bairden will have the momentum coming out as we approach the bridge. IQ will hold on to the position for now. Is he going to take a defensive line going into the hairpin? Looks like he's going for a normal entry there. David final form looks like he has good pace here. He's catching up to this lead battle of IQ and Joe Bairden. Joe Bairden on the inside of IQ. IQ going on the right hand side to get more acceleration out of the corner. Joe Bairden on the left, IQ on the right. David final form. If this battle carries on, will surely be within the picture for the win of this race. There he is out there, David final form, catching up to the back of Joe Bairden. Joe Bairden getting into the side of IQ. We'll back out of that one. And IQ will get away. Joe Bairden now has David final form to contend with. We have some new contenders in Revline events here. We've got these guys from the Equals band server, Joe Bairden, David final form, joining the legend that is IQ in a Revline event this Sunday, 6 PM UK time. Got a 3-car battle for the lead. Looks like IQ has pulled a little bit of a gap to Joe Bairden. David final form catching up after getting an overtake on Kira early in the race. IQ will look to build some pace now, hoping that Joe Bairden will be dealing with David final form. Looks like they're equally spread out as we go over the bridge and down the hill. Very clean by these guys. Joe Bairden catching the back of IQ a little bit there. We'll back out of it. Very clean. Nicely done there. You can't force anything too much here because David final form will be waiting for an opportunity to overtake here. As I said earlier, qualification on the event this Sunday will be also important, as overtaking opportunities, especially if you are at a similar pace, will be hard to come by. You'll have to rely heavily on mistakes and errors, and I'm not sure what happened to IQ there. I think he missed a shift maybe. Joe Bairden will gain the lead. David final form also gets second position. Looks like IQ had an issue there that slowed him down after the long right-hander. Kira not letting go of this lead battle, but now we've got Joe Bairden and David final form, first and second place. As we go through the start and finish, we're on lap 8 of 10. Joe Bairden, David final form. Could these guys be within contention this Sunday? I have a feeling that they will be. David final form, slightly touching the back of Joe Bairden there and getting on the inside of the curve. That'll slow him down as we approach the hairpin. You have to be very, very steady on that hairpin. It's all about keeping it nice and clean for the acceleration out. Wreckfest 2, you definitely have to focus more on your throttle control compared to Wreckfest 1. We're not going to see as many drifty boys at the top of the grid. I think I was one of those, drifting it around the corners. You have to be more steady with your approach. Joe Baird and David Final Form, IQ first, second and third place. We'll have a look at some lap times. It takes me a bit longer to find out what they're doing, but this is what we're doing. 38.9 from Joe Baird, our leader so far. So I was very aware that David Final Form was quick. I knew that Joe Baird was quick, but I wasn't sure how quick. But he's showing here that he is no slouch compared to David Final Form. We've also got the likes of Burnout, Mr. J, joining the event on Sunday. Tyrone as well. He should be a contender if his Wreckfest 1 pace is anything to go by. So we're on the last lap, approaching the last few turns. Joe Bairden having a good battle with IQ. IQ having some issues coming out the long right-hander, slowed him down a little bit. Then he will take a win over David Final Form, IQ in third place. And Kira, I think he DNF'd, finishing in fourth. How's it going, Nodder? How's it going, Aaron Tedham? How's it going, Koo? I need SimHUD dashboards. Do they work in spectator mode? Yeah, the free cam is amazing. How's it going, Seneca? Good to see you. Nodder is in the server, so is Koo. Bounce is in. Yeah, the free cam is amazing. Definitely a needed addition when it comes to Wreckfest 2 events, and we have it right now. And it was well timed as well. David Final Form is watching the stream. Yeah, I'm just practicing my free cam and commentary. I'm not participating this weekend, so I am yeah, practicing the comms, practicing the cams. Getting the rust off the old voice, the old larynx. Yeah, good to see you guys. Anyone who wants to join in, we are in the Revline practice server in Wreckfest 2. The password is JREV, Jayrev. It is pinned in the Twitch chat. It's clean racing rules, so keep it tidy. It's looking sweet on YouTube, says Nodder. Thank you very much. Is Nodder joining the event this Sunday? Be good to see Nodder if he fancies it. Bouncy, you can use whatever you want, mate. It's just practice. Q is not happy that he has to race Joe Biden once again. I'm guessing he has a good reputation for being a quick racer. David Final Form and IQ, the lead battle. Good to see Q again on the clean racing scene. He's one of the rare breed of Wreckfest racers that can do it all. Clean, dirty. He's done it all. He's won it all. We've got IQ with the lead. David Final Form in second place. Q in third. We've got Kira 8 in fourth. Joe Bairden in fifth with a lot of work to do. Bouncy in sixth position. Nodder, I think, is doing some practice at the back of the grid there. These guys practicing their racecraft, which will be really important when it comes to Sunday. Ooh, Joe Bairden so quick into the entry of that corner and still holding on to it. IQ in first position. David Final Form in third. Q looking like he has some good pace there in third. Kira in fourth. On the steering wheel, Joe Bairden in fifth. The server is slowly populating. If you want to join in and race some of the quickest racers in the game, you are more than welcome to join in. This is very rare that you'll see guys like this, not in an event situation. So if you want to see the lines, if you want to race with these guys, you're more than welcome to join in. IQ in first, having a battle here with David, final form in second place. Ku in the third. He's got Kira and Joe Baird for company, and Kira getting on the mud there on the inside again, and that'll spin him around. It'll slow him and Joe Baird down. That's going to separate them from the pack. We've got a lead battle here for first and second between IQ and David, final form. We've got Ku having a bit of a race on his own now in third. We've got Joe Baird and Kira in fourth and fifth place. Jay-Z would rather keep his pride. I mean, like, it depends how popular the Wreckfest 2 events will get. We'll probably start introducing divisions and stuff again. Having two separate races, depending on, like, qualifying positions, etc. So there should be a race out there for everyone. IQ holding on to first place for now. David, final form in hot pursuit. IQ going slightly wide there, but he'll have a better exit of the corner as he approaches the bridge. David, final form, a little bit slower as we go over the bridge and down the hill. Approaching the hairpin. IQ in first place. David, final form in second. Slightly different lines there coming through the hairpin. David, final form will take the lead. We've got Ku in third, Joe Ben in fourth, Kira 8 in fifth place. Looks like IQ gave up on that position there. He's probably just going to focus on his racing lines. So there'll be a lot of changing and swapping going on between now and the event time on Sunday. People will be swapping out the parts and testing out different things on the cars. There's a lot more options in this game compared to the first. So everyone in the practice server will be sussing each other out, seeing who's doing what. And there is the top five in the screen there. David, final form in first. IQ second. Ku in third. Joe Bairden and Kira starting to join that third place battle. We'll see what kind of lap times David, final form, can do. He gets to 38.892. Not as quick as what Joe Bairden got earlier, but still very, very quick. A 38.8 is what you should be aiming for if you're looking to get in these top positions. So there is first and second. Ku now joined by Joe Bairden, who is also capable of a 38.8. So the barrier to break will be into the 38.7s. I'm sure we will see that come Sunday. Kira going very wide there through the hairpin. Looks like David, final form, is starting to build a lead over IQ. And we'll keep an eye on this battle between Joe Bairden and Ku, third and fourth. How long on Sunday the event? I wouldn't say anything more than 2 hours. Between an hour and a half and 2 hours, I'd say. It's not a real long one. We're just getting one done just to test things out and seeing basically if the server can handle it. And we've got a whole start procedure to do. We'll be landing at the grids like we did in Wreckfest 1 before the qualification thing came up. So we'll be doing all that manually. So that'll probably be the most time-consuming thing. Yeah, it's not too long. It's just 5-lap qualifying, short 10-lap race, followed by a 30-lap race. Ku goes very wide there. Joe Bairden having a better exit as we approach the bridge. They get caught on each other a little bit there as they go over the bridge, but no incident happens this time. It's like David, final form, is stretching his legs there in first position. Got IQ in second place. What does David... Oh, there we go. There is the new benchmark, guys. The 38.786 from David, final form. There is the lap time to beat. It's up to you. I mean, you can sign up if you want, Raven, just so you get your spot. I'm not sure how many people will be signing up. And then if you can't come, that's fine. We'll just go off the reserves list or whatever. But it'll be good to see you if you can make it. So we'll ride on board with David, final form. .38.786. It's the quickest time I've seen so far. Nicely done there by Bouncy to let the leader overtake. So steady is David final form on the accelerator, and he will get the win. IQ in second, Joe Baird in third, Koo in fourth. Good, clean racing. Good to see Bouncy join us. He'll be in the event on Sunday. A good thing I can also say, Raven, and I'm not sure if this is going to change like in Wreckfest 1, but the netcode is amazing. I've been in some servers with like 100+ ping and I don't even feel it. So the netcode is very, very good at this stage. Yeah, it's really good. Even like on data servers was like a lot of bumps and a lot of damage. Barely notice it. But I'm not sure like in Wreckfest 1 if they'll change that when the dreaded console update comes out. We shall see. Good to see you, Burjaiden. The man with many names. Yeah, these practice races are amazing. When I did a lot of events in Wreckfest 1, some of the best races I had were actually the practice races where you're all sorting yourselves out and random grids and everything. Yeah, it's very rare you're gonna see guys like this all in the same server when it's not an event. Yeah, we'll need so for the event, I'm going to make sure I let everyone know that you need to change to your default design and then to your design that you choose, and so everyone sees it. We can only hope, Raven. We can only hope. Nodder, if you're there, everyone's trying different things out. It's another element to this game is there's a lot of different variations of parts and stuff that people can use. Some people are more likely to share than others, and some people will not give away any secrets. Lower 39s. Yeah, but that'll do you well. That'll do you well. I'm sure people will pick up the pace as the week goes on. Got Bouncy in the rammer. So there's so the parts in Wreckfest 2, there's some parts that just change your power rating, which is like the self-explanatory that you'll see the plus and minus on some of the parts, but there's some that are for your driving style. So there's a short and long gearbox. People run either the short or the long. If you don't select any gearbox, it's like a medium gearbox, which some people don't know about. The flywheels, there's people use different flywheels depending on what your throttle control's like. The forged flywheel is more steady. Aluminium is like a mid, and then the chrome, like you have to have more throttle control for that. The other thing, like the roll bars, some people use the racing roll bars, some people use the soft ones. The suspension, everyone uses the race suspension, I think. Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, there's a lot of things to play around with when it comes to the more serious clean racing. Guys like David Final Form, who was shown is very, very quick, he's already shown that he's more than happy to share information. He's already shared quite a few things in the Revline Discord, in the setup section, in the Wreckfest 2 events area. So if you want to learn what parts he uses and all that information, then That's a good thing to read. Also, the brake calipers. The brake calipers will change whether like it's front brake bias or rear brake bias. I do miss the sliders myself because I was a very simple man who just liked to drive, but that's how it is at the moment. Good guy, David. Yeah, yeah, he's a nice guy. I've spoken to him quite a bit. Looks like him and Joe Baden are having a good race here for first and second place. Got Koo in third, Nodder in fourth. Then that's Kira. Then we've got Bouncy, IQ. Got someone else in here? Don't think so. So these look very evenly matched to David Final Form and Joe Baden. We'll ride on board with Joe Baden for a lap. There we go. He's currently on a 38.878. Very quick pace by these two guys. You have to be so much more steady on the throttle as you leave a corner. But yeah, David Final Form and Joe Baden, if you're not familiar with their names, they are from the Equals band server. They'll be representing their community on Sunday. Looks like they've made some quick boys in that Equals band factory. As we all know, you can be quick in practice, but an event day is something quite different. You have all the pressure to deal with. And that sometimes brings people to the top, or it can make people fall apart. It's like Joe Baden has got good pace on this lap. Joe Baden's got such a quick hairpin. Seems to gain so much time through there. We'll see what kind of lap time David Final Form has. 38.872. Get back on the camera, where is... So we've got first and second there, and they've got Koo having a race of his own there. And then we've got Kira and IQ, both Wreckfest 1 veterans in new surroundings. Always great to see those guys. Had so many good races with them both over the years. It's like David Final Form has built a gap over Joe Baden. Looks like a good lap, this one. So if anyone wants to join in, we are in the Revline practice server in Wreckfest 2. The password is JREV, Jayrev. All you have to do is drive clean. Anyone can join. The water looks great in this game, but driving through it is not that good. I've tried it a bit earlier. There's not much splashing. Looks like IQ's got the overtake on Kira. Kira driving on the steering wheel. What kind of... Oh, I like Kooskin there. I've only just seen that. Got a Revline logo there. Love that. Love that. That's like the new Revline logo. I like it. We've got the little Pikachu on the back. Hell yeah. As I'm saying, I'll show you all the skins again. There's David Final Forms. Final Motorsport. Yeah, it'd be nice to see the skins. I might just do a showcase of the skins on event day, to be honest, as well. GG's, Kira. Good to see you again, mate. How's it going, GAZ? I've just said hi to you once again. Yeah, it's a paid sponsor. GAZ now talking from YouTube. Yeah, I'll do that, yeah. During the race on Sunday, I'll probably do a spherical of some of the skins. Yeah, that Revline decal is amazing. I'm not sure if it can be shared, though. I think you can't do that anymore. Yeah, Aaron, you can join. It's a Wreckfest 2 Revline practice server. The password is JREV, Jayrev. There's still ways. Yeah, I think Tyrone said that you could before the update, but you can't now. I don't know if it's changed, though. All I do know is I have no idea. People just send me files and I paste them into my game and they work. You can share decals. There you go, there you go. But I didn't know. Yeah, all this information, if you know some of this stuff, you're more than welcome to share it in like the Revline Discord or whatever. There's areas in there where you can share information about the technical side of the game. Oh, did you not make that yourself, Clue? Fair enough. I thought you'd spent a lot of hard work on it. Oh, fair play. I'm also aware that there's a lot of people who are good at making skins in the official Wreckfest Discord. I'm sure some of those guys will be more than willing to make skins for people, if you ask them kindly. You can share. There's an entire channel on the Equal Band Discord for decal sharing. Ah, fair play, fair play. Well, there you go, guys. Right, we'll get into some spherical. I love that Revline logo. Very nice. Very clean. Joe Bairden, like Ellis One Baird, going for the plain black. David final form there, we'll get the lead from Ku. Yeah, David final form, getting a 38.7 earlier on. I wonder if he gets a lap time like that in qualifying on Sunday, if that'll get him the pole position. Got David final form, Ku, Joe Bairden, Nodder, and Bouncy. It's like Nodder's looking pretty quick as well. Looks like Koo's got Joe Baden to deal with. Koo goes a bit wide there. Joe Baden goes on the inside and will claim that position. Can he start making inroads to David Final Form as they both go over the bridge? David Final Form into the hairpin. Joe Baden second, Koo in third. We've got Nodder in fourth. We've got Bouncy in fifth. We go through the last few turns, about to enter lap 5 of 10. Let's get a view of Joe Baden. .836. I think that's his personal best so far. Unless I am very much mistaken. Yeah, password is JREV. JAYREV. It looks like David Final Form and Joe Baden are definitely guys to look out for this Sunday. They'll be joined by the likes of IQ, Burnout, Mr. G, Kira, Tyrone. We'll see if we get any more people joining in. Also D&B. D&B is a very quick racer in Wreckfest too. He'll also be joining these guys. These guys look like they're at a very similar pace. A beautiful driving from them both. Now all we need to see now is a 38.6. That'll be the next benchmark. Got 38.752 from David Final Form. Can he get into those .6s before the practice session is over? Ooh, it was very close. Not quite. Take a very shallow line there into this corner. I think I go a bit too wide. Very smooth. I feel like I'm so heavy on the accelerator compared to these guys. It's just, I'm always tapping it. They just slow right down. I've still got that Wreckfest 1 brain. That's 8.836 from Joe Baden. I think that's his personal best. Both at a very similar pace. It'll all come down to qualifying between these two if they are at the front of the grid. Good racing. A 38.752 from David Final Form. Maybe Raven, I'm not sure. I just think they've got super control and really good throttle control. Full stab feels weird. Similar pace, but awful to drive. 38.7. Awful to drive. That's a perfectionist for you. I think these guys, it looks like these guys are running like front brake bias. Maybe. GG's nodder. I think I've got to grips with the freecam now. Very nice to use. So there was a mod created that's in the official Wreckfest Discord, and then STR created a version that was a little bit better to handle. Wasn't as twitchy. David Final Form, mostly front bias for me. So is that using the drum brakes, I'm guessing? DNB should be faster on this track. He's got some hours. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. There's one thing being fast, and there's one thing handling the pressure in the big events. Ooh, Joe Baden going very wide there. We'll get a better exit out of the hairpin. Yeah, I'll show you, while I'm here, I'll show you how far I can zoom out. I think we can reach orbit. I've not seen how far it can go. Ooh, we're still going. Top quality content. Ooh. We're still going. We're still going. We're still going. that'll do. That'll just have to get back down. I think it's quicker going down than going up. Like and subscribe. 12-inch drum brakes for David Final Form. I'm kind of regretting this decision now. There might be an amazing race going on and we're not seeing it. How far can we see the cars? Oh, you can see them from here. Look how far you can see the cars. You can see them moving around there like ants. Fascinating. Oh yeah, true. Jay just saved the stream there, guys. True. Yeah, just I've had my science experiment. So we've got slightly different lines there between Joe Baden and David Final Form. Both of them have got 38.8 sort sevens. Joe Baden going for a better exit speed. David Final Form going for a better entry speed. I'm not sure. You can judge for yourself. Have a look at their gears and then test out and see what yours look like. I'm pretty sure they're using the mid gearbox. I could be wrong. we've got a 38.776 from Joe Baden. There we go, there's his first 38.7. $39.2 from Pikachu. How's it going, STR? Good to see you, mate. Thank you for the mod. Well, for your edit of the mod. It is beautiful. I'm enjoying myself. Showcasing it in all of its glory. Yeah, it's working good, mate. Perfect. It feels exactly the same as the Wreckfest 1 freecam. Perfect speed. I can now watch them slowly like this without zooming off. Yeah, I think the speed is perfect, to be honest. Nothing much more needs to be done. A job well done. Yes, indeed. STR mods, guys. The guy has been tinkering with the game since its release. And he's helped create another gem here. Yeah, that's right. And there's all this, I don't know, when modding becomes a thing, there'll be all this you can use, I imagine. There's a big square. Seems like there's a big square that you can use. And there's something over here which I'm not sure they're going to flesh out. It's like a little bit of a go-kart track here that they might end up using at some point. Yeah, I'm going to be doing this on all the tracks at some point. It's just zooming out with the free cam and seeing what's out there. There's something over here as well. I'm not sure. I think when you get to like this line, that's like what you can use. I'm not sure. Because it starts to lose polygons after you get past a certain area. But there's trees. The trees go pretty far. There's the PS1 over there. Looks like the power lines still reach over here. They're connecting to the abyss. Power in the sky. Yeah, surfer car track. Or lawnmower. Ransomware playing Delta Force 2. I was trying to think of the name of that game the other day. And you've just found it for me. Yeah, I played a lot of Delta Force back in the day. That was one of the first like shooters I used to play. 38.776, Joe Baden. Good lap, good lap. IQ is back. Q has left. Yeah, I'll be able to zoom out on all the tracks and see if there's any secrets or any Easter eggs to be seen. SOCOM was your game. I played a bit of that on the PS2. Good game. No worries, Joe Baden. See you soon. See you soon. Yeah, we've got to showcase some beautiful racing with the free cam today. Also, the races have helped. I mean, the kind of quality of races we've got in this server has been pretty high, pretty stacked. Toca Race Driver, that was my jam, yeah. I played the old ones back in the 90s and then moved on to the World. The first game that I played online seriously was Toca World. I think it was Toca World Race Driver. I played that online for a while in the early 2000s. Joe Baden is on. So Joe Baden is on short gears and he's just got a 38.7. he thinks. The army, oh yeah, I remember that, yeah, the army tank cheat. So this friend I used to have in school, and during the summer we would get on, I can't remember which soccer game it was, but we used to get on it, do split screen, and we'd do like a full championship in a day. And we'd be teammates. I remember we used to like be in the pages, like the gold, they used to look horrible, like the golden silver Peugeot things. That does mean that, Jay, yeah. The lap time is just the gearbox. Welcome back, Tyrone. David final form and Koo side by side. Super clean overtake there by David final form. He did not even touch Koo going through that hairpin and makes the overtake. Oh, you've just caught up on Star Wars? Hell yeah. Did it finish the same way as before? Or is it the first time you've seen it? Looks like IQ is finding some pace here. He's making inroads towards Koo. David final form with the lead. IQ with a 38.967. He is steadily picking up the pace, guys, if it was ever in doubt. I think that's his quickest lap time so far in practice. He's probably going to grow his way into the event come Sunday. And I'm sure we'll all get to see the event day IQ that we've all known and loved over the years. IQ looking for a switchback. Ooh, he's going round the outside. I think he thought Koo was going to park his car there on the right, but I think he backed out a little bit there. But he is holding on to have the inside line for the long right-hander. And he'll make a clean overtake there on Koo. Nicely done. The racecraft is still there. It never left. I have Tucker Race Driver 3 on Steam. Do people still play that? I played it a lot when it came out, but I've not played it for probably 10 years at least. Yeah, the thing about a lot of, like, for some reason with a lot of old racing games, because half of them were owned by like EA or Codemasters, they all get drops from the Steam store. All the Dirt games, they got dropped. All the old Forza Horizon games get dropped. David, final form. What time has he got for this one? It's got a 38.737. We're getting ever closer to the 38.6s. Everyone is finding their form. Well, David found a form, or he already had the form. He already had it. Yeah, I love the Tucker Race Driver games, Jay. They were very much, they were, what am I trying to say? I played them a lot. Fucking hell. I played a lot of the Project Gotham racing games back in the day. I played the 1 and 2, I played them a lot. I played a lot of the original Forza. Amazing games. Project Gotham Racing on the OG Xbox was, I played a lot of that online. So I'm really old, guys. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm old. Got lucky, was able to get them all before they disappeared. Wonder when the next game will be. No idea. Oh, I had a high ping one in there. Those Tocker games are known as the V8 Supercar games in Australia. Same game, just different name. Oh, really? What kind of... Looks like IQ has got some good pace on this race. What kind of lap time are we looking at? It's very consistent, but not quite as quick a time. But it's, yeah, it's got a lot of consistency. I used to drive, so on the old Tocker games, I used to drive a lot of the Formula Fords. I used to like Formula Ford racing. The ones without the, like, the rear wings. Do I have updated controller settings? So the latest video on YouTube, that is the ones I use. It's like update 2. I did it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. They're the ones I still use. If they are the best, I'm not sure. Just ran a .689 in single player, but online the car feels so sluggish, I wonder why. Not a clue. How long are you guys in for? I gonna be here for a bit longer. Probably... I thought I'd been streaming way longer. Another couple of hours. I might change some of the tracks and do some more varied racing if anyone fancies it later on. But yeah, these guys are here. I'm here, so feel free to join. Funky Swanny. I have noticed that a bit, IQ. I don't know if you can even hear me, but I have noticed that the cars feel slightly different online versus offline. Dals Bannon. When the game first came out, it used to be a lot quicker in multiplayer, I think. Now it feels the other way around. It's all good, mate, as long as you enjoy yourself. But yeah, feel free to join. The password is JREV, Jayrev. David, final form, 10 to 25% packet loss every 3 minutes. Doesn't seem to affect you though, mate. Maybe that's what you need to be quick at this game, is some packet loss. I think what will be interesting on Sunday is the on-grid starts. I don't know if these guys are going to practice it at all during these practice sessions, but yeah, we'll be doing the old school on-grid starts where you have to start yourself. The game's not going to start for you. You have to put the clutch down and get your revs going. I wonder who will get to grips with that first, because that could make all the difference come race time. Doesn't matter if you get a good qualifying time if you cannot get it off the line. I remember when we used to do that in Wreckfest 1, some people were not even running clutch, so they just bogged down at the start. Not a mini game, that's all you get. Yeah, sure. That's true. I think it'll be, I think the most painstaking part of the event will be lining up the grids, because that was a ball ache in Wreckfest 1 when we used to do that. Because some people just don't understand how to line up. Then we had people in the wrong place, and yeah, sometimes people would time out and then you'd have to start all over again. Probably second gear, I'm not sure. I've not done a standing start on this game without the mini game, as Jay calls it. But I think in Wreckfest 1 I used to start in second gear and then hold the clutch down, high revs, and then just let go of the brake and the clutch at the start. I'm not sure what it's going to be like in this game. Maybe they'll all get fucking engine damage. I've not even thought of that. Maybe they'll all overheat their engines and get engine damage at the start. That'd be interesting. Maybe flywheel. Good point, Jay. Good point. Maybe some people will sacrifice lap time for a good start using different parts. Some people might have like the drag build, and then there'll just be like a big train behind them for the full race. These are all things people need to think about. I think I'll ride on board with David at final form. Aaron Tedham has found his way into the server. Thank you, Seneca. Good to see you, mate, as always. Thank you for joining the stream. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, before everyone found out about the macro thing, I used to grind my gears and some clutch were fucked up after a few laps. Yeah, I wonder if like we'll have people with gearbox and engine damage before the race even starts on Sunday. So when it comes to like the parts and stuff in the game, I feel like everyone just needs to figure it out, but I'm gonna try and make it as transparent as possible about the clutch and macros. I'll just share what's available, what I know about, and hopefully everyone else will do the same, so it can be as equal as possible. What I do know is that the analog with clutch, or the the macros in general, are nowhere near as quick as they were in Wreckfest 1. I feel anyone who is quick at this game at the top level probably already knows about them anyway. But as long as everyone knows about them, that's all we can really do until we start making mods. We'll see what happens. As long as everyone enjoys themselves, back doing clean racing in Redline. A lot of people will be rusty. But it's a start and we'll see where we go from there. Hopefully the next update will bring better racing tracks for us to use. Yeah, if you're running manual, it's more than viable in this game. If you're quick at the game, you're going to be quick with manual. But before, manual was just like a debuff. Welcome to the server, Funky Swanny. So Funky Swanny is racing on the steering wheel. We had Kira 8 in the server earlier. He was also on the steering wheel. He found some good pace. I think he got like a 39.1 on the steering wheel. So for anyone who's looking for a benchmark on the steering wheel, there's that for you. 39.1 by Kira 8. I'm sure he'll be even quicker than that come Sunday. Looks like IQ has definitely picked up the pace. He's struggling a little bit at the start of practice with David Final Form and Joe Baden, but he looks like he's definitely got some good pace now, very consistent, as we thought he would be. David Final Form trying to catch up to him, figuring out a way, but he's only got, well, it's the end of the race, so that's not going to happen. Never mind. I was too into it. Yeah, realistic damage servers, dirty servers, it's better just to use, I think it's better just to use standard manual, because you can get damage and you can get, you can stall your engine. GG's, David Final Form. Good racing. But yeah, I'm during Wreckfest 2, I'm going to try and be more transparent with settings and stuff, because I won't be participating in events as much in Wreckfest 2. I'm going to be organising them more and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to be more transparent with stuff I find out. There's a lot of people that are more than willing to share, and I'll try and share that to as many people as I can, so everything is as equal as it can be. And there'll be no suggestions that people are gatekeeping or anything like that. But if there's a mod that's ever released, then that'll just get rid of all of that. Gatekeepers are the worst. Yeah, sometimes you can share as much as you know, and some people will still feel like you're not sharing everything. But that's life. Choo 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 choo. I mean, I admit when I first got into clean racing, I was trying to chase down some of these quick guys. I was like, oh, they must be using something I'm not using. And no, they were just better than me. And I just had to practice a lot, and then you pick it up as you go. Sometimes it's just a lack of skill. First time I did dirty racing in the TDRL, I felt like a noob. And I was like, what are these guys doing? And I was like, no, just bad. Just bad at the game. And that's okay, because you can just practice and you can get better. I think if you get real defeatist about it, that stops you from getting better, because you just kind of say, oh, they must have something I don't, so you just kind of give up. I just, like, back in the day when I was racing in Black Flag and Mantell and stuff, there was guys like Moffel and Tocker, and the only way I could, like, catch up to them was thinking, no, they're just human beings, and they're all just playing games like I am. We're all just gaming. I mean, this guy here might be gaming on, like, Mars, but he's still gaming. He's still a gamer. They do have something I don't. Talent. I'm not good at the game. That is true, Raven, that is true. And if you, well, the most important part, it's really corny, but if you don't enjoy it, then there's no point. If you enjoy it, then you've already got to the first step. Enjoy the process. And when it comes to events, just never underestimate the power of pressure. If you are good at handling pressure in events, you are likely to do way better than you thought you was going to do. Because a lot of shit happens that you will not expect. There's some things you can't practice for. You see all these guys like circulating during practice, but during an event, some guys just can't handle pressure and they'll just do something that they never did in practice. And some people do better in a race than they do in practice. So we've got Funky Swanee. He is on the steering wheel. I'm going to go on board the cockpit cam with Funky Swanee, and we're going to see what it's like on a steering wheel for this guy. Oh, crap. I pressed the button, sorry. That's what I told my team, Season 2 TDRL, at the start of every match. I said, hey, let's go out there and have fun. Whether we win or lose, it's a side point. I just want everyone to have a good time. I wish Baird was like that. He said if we don't win, he's going to burn all our houses down in Minecraft. This is a private server, Twisted. It's the Revline practice server. The password is JREV, J-A-Y-R-E-V. It's pinned in the top of the Twitch chat, or it should be. So we are riding on board with Funky Swanee. He is driving on a steering wheel, so you can see what the inputs are like for that. Yeah, you can join Twisted. Anyone can join. Anyone who's watching Twitch or YouTube, you can join in. You can practice with these guys. You're more than welcome. Just make sure you keep it clean. That's it. So Funky Swanee looks very quick, David final form, but there's a guy, I don't know if you was in the server earlier with Kira. Kira is the best wheel player I have ever seen. He's only just started playing Wreckfest 2 and he was already on like the low 39s. Like earlier on in the day, I saw him in the server and he was struggling. He couldn't get any settings sorted out or anything. It seems like he's finding something. Funky Swanee does not look slow at all. Very smooth. This game just looks amazing on the wheel, man. So tomorrow I'm going to be streaming again and I'm going to be setting up the steering wheel again and seeing what we can do. No worries, Twisted. One thing is for sure, that this game is beautiful. Wreckfest 1 will always have a place in my heart forever. It'll forever be my favourite game. Not just because of the game, but because of just everything that it's given me, basically. But this game just looks beautiful. It's getting better and better. I like it. I hope Mission makes a return. I hope a lot of the old guys make a return. It'd be great to see like Mission, Creeder, Aiden. Imagine if we got Moffle coming back. Fucking UT, Panrapper. Panzer Waffle. I could just watch someone play on the steering wheel all day. I wonder if he's played in this view as well. Good. Racing IQ with a 38.8. Picking up the pace. Tyrone in the server. Good to see, good to see. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, if anyone wants to join in, we're in the Revline practice server on Wreckfest 2. The password is JAYREV. Clean racing rules. Anyone can join. Feel free to show us your skills or lack of. It doesn't matter. Clean racing is back in Revline. I've got an event this Sunday, the Dals Bannon Mini Enduro. This Sunday, 6 o'clock UK time. Got some of the quickest Wreckfest 1 and Wreckfest 2 races on the grid. I can't wait. Hopefully we'll have, CRJ said he might be available to do some co-commentary, so maybe we'll have the two Brits in commentary for the event. The Eggman, the Wheezy Boy. You wait until Mr. F-Bomb starts doing events in this game, David. I'll always say F-Bomb is the GOAT. He's the one who inspired me to get into streaming this game. I love that guy. I have a feeling he'll be streaming events in Wreckfest 2 very soon, especially now we've got this camera. Would watch this 100% more likely than German F1 commentary. I'm not familiar with German F1 commentary. I don't mind the English F1 commentary. I do love me some English touring cars though. That is my favourite commentary. The English touring cars and the MotoGP. The MotoGP has got great commentary. I love those guys that do that. No emotions. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, the goated commentator from England was Murray Walker. If you watch any old commentary from F1 in like the 70s, 80s and 90s, it's like likely to be Murray Walker's voice. And he was a legend. He had so many punchlines and weird things he used to say. BTCC I watch, Mr. J. It's starting very soon, I can't wait. It's my favourite type of racing to watch. F1. I could talk about F1 for a long time. I love F1. I've loved it since like 1995, but this year is the most disappointing season ever. It's the cars are just, I just don't like it. It feels fake. Not a fan. Yeah, BTCC is my favourite. If we could get all the best drivers in the world in BTCC, that'd be money right there. You like touring cars? Iconic voice, yeah, Murray Walker, legend. Yeah, F1, man. It feels so fake. I was so excited for the rule changes and the regulation changes and everything, but it feels really fake. I'm not a fan of it at all. And it's so dangerous as well, like the slowdown that some people get when they're recharging the batteries, and then like that accident that Oliver Behrman had, where there was like a car going like 40 miles an hour slower than he was because it was recharged. And his only option was to nearly crash it into a fucking... Well, he crashed it into the wall, basically. He had to dodge him. But if that was like Monaco or Vegas, that would have been a disaster. Or Azerbaijan with that long straight. Imagine going through those S's on Azerbaijan. And there's like a car going 40 miles an hour just round the corner. Like less than you are. Terrible. Come and watch the GT World Challenge. I'm probably going to be watching a lot of different racing this year because F1 is normally the thing I wait for, but it's just disappointing. If Max Verstappen does what everyone thinks he's going to do and leave F1 this season and go somewhere else, I'll probably just end up watching that. Yeah, they need to do something about that. The slow down, the battery charging and everything. When is the GT World Challenge? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, David. Just put them all in go-karts. Just scrap the cars that they've made this season and just put them all in 49cc public hire go-karts. And I guarantee you it'll be more entertaining than what we've seen this season. Starting this weekend. I'll probably watch that. Is it on Sunday? We've got Tyrone joining the lobby on a 39.096. He will be a contender on Sunday, that is for sure. He is not on that Australian ping anymore. He is now a Finland resident, so he's on the same ping as everyone else, so he will get to showcase his talents more. The 39.096 is not too shabby. I'm surprised they're still doing that in Jeddah, to be honest. All the F1 races got cancelled for the next month. Oh, fair play. I love the skin that Tyrone's got. He's put a lot of effort into it. Look at that. Beautiful. Got a little bugbear logo there at the back. Got the Hermie logo. We've got a special edition teal Revline logo. Oh, cool. I love it. I love it. I know you didn't make it, but I love it. Yeah, I'll probably watch that. Is it... where can we watch that, Gia? Will it be on YouTube? A lot of GT racing's on YouTube, right? Watch out for the idiot behind me. I'm behind you. Fuck. YouTube. Nice one. Somebody tell Koo to get out of that abomination of a car. I like the look of it. I don't like driving it, but I like the look of it. Shout out to Sammy from Equals Band for making the cool Pokemon decals. There you go. Shout out to Sammy. Just search GT World Challenge and then pick your language. Alright. I'll give that a watch. Is there any drivers that I may know in there? What up, big dog? How's it going, Nicholas from YouTube? How you doing, mate? I miss you. I'll throw some extra on there to make it more noticeable. What, pink? It looks good, man. Sometimes you can do too much. Lance Stroll is here this weekend. Yeah, maybe leave the pink. I miss you too, Nick. How's it going, Nath? Good to see you, mate. How are you doing? And if anyone wants to join in, we're on Wreckfest 2, Revline Practice Server. The password is JREV, JAYREV. Doing some clean racing. We've got an event this Sunday. The first Wreckfest, well, the first proper Wreckfest 2 event in Revline. The Dalsbannon Mini Enduro. Some of the fastest racers from Wreckfest 1 and Wreckfest 2 will be colliding in a race to see who can win the first Revline event in Wreckfest 2. Some of the early favourites, I'd say, obviously IQ, Joe Baden, David Final Form. Got the likes of Tyrone, Koo. Plenty of others, Kira. Should be fun, should be fun. Valentino Rossi, isn't it? Oh yeah, he does GT racing now. Is Robert Kubitzer in there? Big fan of Robert Kubitzer. No, not Robert. I watched his win, the win that he got. Was it last year or the year before? That made me kind of emotional seeing that. The win he got in the Ferrari. It's after everything he's been through. Yeah. Kubitzer was F1. I mean, he was probably going to be Lewis Hamilton's main rival through that whole era. I think he'd already agreed to join Ferrari before he had his massive accident. Yeah, he would have definitely won a world title or two. And then he went through all that, then he came back to F1 with like a messed up hand, and yeah, legend. So we've got these three back again, David Final Form, Joe Baden and IQ. Top three in this one. We've got Bouncy, we've got Tyrone, we've got Funky Swanny. Tyrone in the little recovery van. Me and Tyrone was racing in a dirty server the other day. And every time I got flipped over in that server where there was no resets, he would recover me in this little van. My favourite moment was when he won Canada the year after he had that massive crash. Oh yeah, that crash, Jesus Christ. If you was to watch like a highlight reel of Kubitzer, you'd probably think that that was what messed his hand up, but it wasn't. That crash was insane. Looks like David Final Form is building a bit of a gap here over Joe Baden. Joe Baden got IQ for company. Battle for second and third. Pretty sure it was a safety shell that was left. Yeah, man. Mad. Madness. I've enjoyed watching the racing today with these guys, especially these three when they've been battling in the top three. Looks like IQ is finding his feet here. David Final Form looks like he's the early pace setter as far as practice is concerned. But these guys are still to be joined by the likes of Burnout, Mr. J, in the event on Sunday. I'm sure those guys will be as quick as always. We forgot someone we know in GT. Is it the Max Verstappen? Is he doing it? Because he's not got a race this weekend, has he? Is it Jimmy Broadbent? He's in the paddock but not racing. I wonder if that'll change. I wonder if there'll be a driver swap. Dennis Lind. Oh, Denny's there. Denny, who's going to be participating in the TCRL. He's going to be racing in the GTs this weekend. It's quite bizarre that we've got an actual real-life racing driver that does Wreckfest events. We've got Tyrone in his minivan over there. Thank you for subscribing, Nath Lamau. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the subscribes, all the follows and likes and everything on Twitch and YouTube, guys. It helps the stream and everything. Appreciate you. Looking forward to streaming our first proper event on Wreckfest 2 on Sunday. Sign-ups are in the Revline Discord. We had 17 last time I looked. I'm not sure if that's more now. So we're going to have a pretty stacked grid for Sunday. Clean Racing is back. The Sweaty Boys are back. They've all been in hibernation. And they're all ready to return for some wheel-to-wheel action. I had the world record on this track, Nick, for about 10 minutes. It still counts, though. It still counts. Fuck! I had it for 10 minutes and then it left. I was going to say 38.6 from Tyrone, but he is in the minivan, so never mind. I know Dennis Linders. Also known as Denny. Denny S. The good guy. Racer and gamer. Yeah, my moderation thing's a bit weird. Sometimes it blanks things out and does weird stuff. I'd love to join, unfortunately can't make it, but I'd definitely watch. Yeah, man. Yeah, me and possibly CRJ will be doing co-commentary. The Eggman. He's going to be joining me in the booth. Does anybody know when Ryoski is going to play Wreckfest 2 again? Nope. Better off asking him. I've got no idea. I'm sure when he wants to play, he will play, and he'll be as quick as he ever was. I think he's going to be doing the TCRL in Wreckfest 1 over the next few weeks. Some people are still at the point where they're not sure whether to switch to Wreckfest 2. I'm definitely at the point now where I am switching. I've got an event this Saturday in the Fuckfest Championships, and I think that'll be my last one that I'll ever do. In Wreckfest 1. My focus is very much on this game now. I've been enjoying it a lot. Wreckfest 2 needs a bit more content and damage class physics needed for, yeah. I think it needs a little bit more work with the content and the crashing, but I think the driving is amazing. The way the cars handle, I love it. I love the sound of the rocket as well. Beautiful. Yeah, over the last year or so, I've been keeping an eye on it. There was a point where I just didn't enjoy it because there wasn't enough stuff. There was no, like, all the differentials were open. Ooh, David. The differentials were open, so the driving didn't feel good, but as soon as they sorted that out, it feels amazing. The game looks great. All we need to do now is add content to it, which I'm sure they are working on. There's an update next month in May. More cars, more tracks, please. I think it's definitely made for clean racing though. I think clean racing, it's already amazing. Day racing, it's a bit behind. But it seems like they've accidentally made a really good simcade racer instead of a simcade wrecking game. I was a bit worried there though, Jay, especially when we had the open differential, because I just didn't know how good the driving was, because it was all hidden behind like the open diff. And I'm aware that they changed like the weight profile of a lot of the cars, so they don't feel as heavy. But yeah, we need like some more asphalt tracks, I think. I'm looking forward to the Sunday though. There's going to be some good racing, I think. We've got 30 laps of this track. Be interesting to see how it shakes out. So we're going to be doing 5 laps of qualifying, followed by a 10-lap shakedown race, which will determine the grid for a 30-lap mini endurance. Looks like Tyrone will be hanging on with these guys come Sunday. And during events, anything can happen. There could be crashes, there could be mistakes, and that could give the opportunity for some of the guys not at the front of the grid to grab themselves a podium, or maybe better than that. If they all trip over themselves on the first corner. But yeah, there's no the desync. It's just not there. I'm not seeing no desync. So we can't really blame that in Wreckfest 2, it seems. Looks like IQ is definitely picking up the pace now. He is figuring it out. At the start of the practice today, we were on a bit of a slant. At the start of practice today, he was a little bit slower than Joe Baden and David Final Form, but look at him now. It's safe to say that he is back. And he will be ready come Sunday. Did anyone ever doubt it? Not me. Look at this battle between Funky Swanee and Koo. Bouncy joining in as well. Ooh, what happened to Joe Baden? He's there. He was racing IQ, Ryu, and Burnout. Hell yeah. It's a sight to behold when you see those three guys in the same server. Even better when you get Mr. J as well, all the OB together. Well, all the main guys. There used to be a lot more of them, I think. I can't really remember though. Ooh, there was another Czech guy. I forget his name though. Kill him. I never raced Kill him. I don't know if he was like an old member or something, but there's another guy. He was Czech, but I can't remember his name. I forget it. I forget. Ryaski 2. Jarek, there you go. Welcome, IQ. That's his name. Yeah, Jarek. I don't think Jarek plays anymore, though. Hopefully he'll come back at some point. Killam doesn't play Wreckfest since a few days ago. A few years, not gonna lie. Yeah, I saw he was like he was on a lot of the leaderboards back in the day, but I don't think I've ever raced him. Was Kane part of Irby? Kane, no. There's another name that I saw. I watched your stream earlier, the other day, IQ, and there was someone in the server with you. He had like the Irby logo, but I've forgotten his name. I don't think I've ever raced him. K. This is like began with a K or something. I can't remember. I can't remember. I wonder what new teams will form in Wreckfest 2. Irby looks like will be at full strength, because there will be team events at some point that will be happening in Revline. There will be a team event or a team championship in some form or another. I'm not sure if it'll be build a team or if it'll be something brand new, but something will happen sooner or later. And I wonder what kind of teams we'll see there. We'll probably see Irby. Will TCO make a return after winning the last builder team? TDR? Question mark. The Hermes? Yeah, they'll be doing team events, we'll be doing duos. It'll all be going on. The Iceman, that could be it. That could be it. Hopefully it's not that Iceman. Is it the same Iceman that Ryu talks about? Not him, okay. Yeah, it's not him. Yeah, that could be the one I was thinking of. Herbie's favourite. It'd be interesting to see what the Herbie's shit list is. I wonder if I've ever been on there. It's always good racing you guys though. Look forward to it again. I wonder if like if TCA made a return, that I'd love that. If we saw like Pam Raffer, Moffel, Aiden, Creeder, UT. I wonder if this game will be good on keyboard. Because Pam Raffer and UT were keyboard racers. Herbie, you don't really have a bad reputation as far as I'm concerned. I've always got on with them. Some people just don't like having a lack of skill. So they kind of make stuff up. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, I've got on with all of them. Every time I've had a chat, they've always been good. Ryu can be a bit of a troll, but I find it funny. So, whatever. But yeah, we've got a train. Well, I'm watching the 2-car battle, and we've got a train. We've got the Coup train. Coup, David, final form, Tyrone. So as everyone picks up the pace and consistency, we're seeing here what could happen, like with David final form, if he qualifies at the front of the grid, if he has a bad start off the line and gets in the pack, then it could be difficult for him to make his way out, because this track doesn't have many overtaking opportunities. So the likes of David final form, anyone who qualifies near the front of the grid will be hoping they get a decent start off the grid. Otherwise there'll be a lot of work for them to do. Oh, you heard a few things. Well, what I like to do is I just ignore the speculation and just get to know them myself and then make my own opinion. People just make shit up. As you well know. Hathmi, that's Gernhardt. Yeah, Gernhardt. Yeah, it used to be called Hathmir when he used to do the Man 10 League. Yeah, I've always got on with him. That's the one, that's the one. Everyone's got a reputation. I'm sure my reputation is not amazing in some people's eyes, but we move on. Fuck's sake, Robin. Yeah, remember when I took out Sachs in a super serious build a team race? That was a low point in my Wreckfest career. You had to give me a penalty for it, yeah. Yeah, I remember, yeah. I won't make friends, but it's kind of server that has no rules on it, but if you touch the admin, he bans you. Yeah, that's rough. That sounds like another server right now. These things happen. David final form, a 38.771. Another quick time from him. That ad Scorbin guy's fake nice. Yeah, everyone has their own ways of playing the game. Some people like it, some people don't. I think the best thing to do is, if you're not enjoying yourself, is to stop playing. Turn it off. Get a cup of tea. Chill out. And the fun stops. Stop. That's it. Grab a brew. Chill out. Move on. PTI, gotta make a return sometime, ads. Huh? That bouncy fella is so ass, get him out of there, says Bouncy. Yeah, don't start crying in Discord. Yeah, don't do that. What I've never understood, right? So this is like, especially dirty servers, is some people just complain so easily, and they just do not seem to understand that the more you complain, the more you get targeted. Just don't say anything. Just like hold it back, and they'll probably just leave you alone. IQ used to piss off a few people in data servers. I mean, I don't know, just as long as you're playing the game and you enjoy it. I mean, it's, I don't know, if you're in a data server and it says no rules, just do what you want. If there's a rule, if there's a hidden rule where you're not allowed to team up, then put that in your rules. Make it a rule. Otherwise, deal with it. I remember I've had conversations with people in the past, and they'll say like, oh, well, it's obvious you shouldn't team up. And I'm like, well, it's not. Because it doesn't say it in the rules. If it was a rule, I wouldn't do it. Or I wouldn't join the server. But yet when there's a server that'll go like bus gang, and there's like friggin' 10 buses in the server, like no one cares. Yeah, I've been there, IQ. We're in the club, mate. We're in the club. Clean guys join data servers, get banned. But I'm glad that clean racing's back. That's all I'm saying. We back. We can now argue over overtakes, corner cutting, gatekeeping, Irby grip hacks. We can do that again. We'll do that instead. The mirror. Yeah, grip.exe. We'll go back to that. It's been a while. It's been a while. So I guaranteed if you put like, I don't know, Joe Baden or David Fanaform, IQ, Tyrone into like a public lobby, they'll just say that they're cheating. It happens. It always happens. But you put them all together and you get great racing. Does Bouncy know that it's the event is in a rocket? So yeah, these guys are going to be... So this is just the first day. The event was announced nearly... Well, coming up to like 24 hours ago. This is just the first day of practice. They'll be doing this on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then event time on Sunday. They will know this track like the back of their hands. And then the pressure comes. The Revline main event trophy, it's dusty and it's gathering a lot of dust in someone's cabinet. I can't remember who won the last one. I think it was Tyrone. I think Tyrone won the last clean event in Wreckfest 1. So I think it's been gathering some dust for a long time in his house. And maybe he will, or maybe someone else will win it. Now we're doing clean events once again. Let's see what kind of lap times people are running. I don't want that. Joe Baden 38.950. Q 39.0. Unky Swanee 39.4. Tyrone 39.0. Qualifying is going to be so intense. We're talking like a couple of tenths is going to separate. Probably like the top 10. 1/10 could be the difference between first and fifth. I've seen a lot of 38.8s today. I've seen a couple of 38.7s, a lot of 38.9s. Gonna be exciting. During like Wreckfest 1, like in the early days, we'd get really sweaty events where like the top 10 would be separated by a couple of tenths. Towards the end of the life cycle, it was pretty clear that you'd have like your couple of guys that'd be at the top, and then a big gap between everyone else. But looks like we're getting back to the stage now in Wreckfest 2 where it's going to be just close throughout the full grid. Yeah, not many overtaking spots, but we have seen a lot today. I've seen a lot of overtaking, people making mistakes. The grid's going to be interesting, people getting off the line. Qualifying could be everything. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of overtaking. It's not been possible, even with like the guys right at the front who are at a similar pace have seen overtaking. So yeah, it's going to be pressure cooker. But we've got a lack of racing tracks. Ideally for me, it'd be on Savalax, but because Savalax has that jump that I absolutely hate. It has that jump. If it didn't have that jump, I'd do it there. But yeah, I hate it. I never gave you the main events role for the stab. I didn't. Oh, so you've not even had the trophy. Have I kept it? GG's Joe Baden. I never gave you the trophy. I robbed it. I never gave it to you. It's my trophy. I just give it to other people to look after. GG's Joe Baden. Good to see you, mate. Nice racing. The first, no, so Savalax, it's the jump before the last turn. It's so RNG, and you can't clean race on that. If it wasn't for that jump, we'd be doing it there, but we're doing it here. Bird Jiden is using the default gearbox. So to get the default gearbox, you have to go to your parts section and deselect any gearbox, remove it, and then it'll give you the default one. Yeah, that one, Nath. Yeah, after that, the only options you've got really is Fincross, like European Rallycross, Cannonball. They're all like really tight tracks. I'm just using this one because it's the newest. Yeah, maybe you should, Tyron. I guarantee all the top guys will be using it in some form or another. It'll probably get you about a 10th. I love Koo's skin, man. I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing like all the skins on Sunday. Like before or no, probably after the event, I'll probably ask people to stay behind and I'll showcase all the skins, get a picture, put it in the archives. Tyrone skin as well. Maybe we should do a competition. That'd be interesting. Could do like a separate competition where people can make skins and people can vote on it or whatever. Or maybe the stream can vote on it. Guarantee Tyrone skin would be a contender for a winner for that. I like how clean Funky Swannies looks. Clean looking skin. I think we'll ride on board with Tyrone for this because it's pretty packed. Pretty condensed in this top four. Will not be happy to see David final form in his rearview mirror. He would probably be hoping the bouncy could have kept him behind for a bit longer. Smooth lines. Looks like Tyrone has made his way past Bouncy. So David final form and Pikachu battle for the lead. We'll do probably one or two more of these before I end the stream. It's been good to test out the freecam. Seen some really good clean racing in this game once again. Everyone's been getting sweaty. Ku goes a little bit wide there. David with a very tight line. It's like Tyrone is joining in. Yeah, I appreciate you all joining and watching the stream. Thanks for all the likes and the follows and the subscribe there, Nathan Lamau. Appreciate you. Ooh, David final form on the inside. Who gets a little bit squirrely on the exit there. That allows Ku to overtake again. Great battle though. Ku, one of the veterans of Wreckfest 1 events. He's done a lot in his time. Ooh, David going very, very shallow there. Side by side going over the bridge. Oh, Ku hits the side of the bridge. That's going to slow him down. Gives David final form the lead of the race. Under the bridge. Yeah, great racing today by all these guys. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate you. For anyone who wants to practice for this event on Sunday, you're more than welcome to join the server. It'll be up all the way up until Sunday when we run the event. It's the Revline practice server in Wreckfest 2. Password is JREV, JAYREV. You don't have to join the event to practice. You can test it out, see if you fancy it. Or you can just jump in and do some races with some of these guys. Maybe pick the brains a little bit, see how they get so good at the game. Yeah, appreciate you, Nath. Bunky Swanee has DNF'd. Good win there from David, final form. What time are we on for the stream? Think I'll do one more of these. Oh no, we'll go to 3 hours to do a couple more. Yeah, good racing there, Ku and David. Good, clean racing. Also, if anyone has any event ideas for the future, like clean racing events, then you're more than welcome to post them in the Revline Discord. We love getting ideas, keeping it fresh. So if you ever have any ideas for events in the future, please let us know and we'll see if we can get them put together. We had a lot of people make events during Wreckfest 1. It'd be good to see that again. $250 lap speedway with a gizmo. Sold. How about 250 lap speedway with a gizmo, only with bots? Just watch bots. Everyone can like place bets on the bot. And we just watch bots race. Does that sound better or worse? Sava main 50 laps popper only. I drove the popper earlier today and I really enjoyed it. I actually thought it was trash before the update, but yeah, it's a really nice car. I'm thinking of doing an event with it in the future on Fincross, but yeah, we could do it on Sava. Yeah, popper on Fincross, I like the sound of that. Could probably get more overtakes, it's a very small car. I'm just looking, just with how good this game looks, I'm looking forward to getting really good modded tracks. Could you imagine doing like Watkins Glen in the Hurricane? Oh. Revlan Raceway, imagine. Revlan Raceway. European, yeah, we could do that. Laguna Seca. Silverstone. Donington. If we made a mod of Donington, we'd have to call it Donington. The Donny track. Got all that to look forward to. People making modded tracks and everything. Modded cars. We could do like a London street race in a 1990s Ford Escort. Probably my favourite track after Nordschleife. Yeah, I love Watkins Glen. I remember UT did a really good event on Watkins Glen and Wreckfest one. It had like so many different cars in it. Yeah, we've got so much to look forward to as far as mods are concerned. I mean, are they still thinking about doing the track editor? Because I thought that was the thing they were going to be doing, but I don't know if they're still doing it. If they made a track editor where with the tracks that you make, you could put them in vanilla servers, that'd be OP. Yeah, Tyrone, if you went to manual the clutch, I think you'd probably get a 38. I think you're probably losing about maybe a tenth and a half without clutch. So if you could get like 39 zeros without it, I think you could probably get like 38 eights maybe. Which mud parts slow you down? I don't know. I mean, we'll ride on board with David and you can see where he goes. All the inside of the curbs, so if you go right of the curb, that curb there, that'll slow you down. If you put two wheels on either side of the curbs, that'll slow you down. So if you put two wheels on this curb, that'll slow you down over it. Put two wheels left of this curb, that'll slow you down. Yeah, no worries, Nate. Thank you, mate. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Cool. I think Bouncy lost connection. Oh, he's showing us something. This slows you down, this type of mud. He's showing us live. We are live on board with David Final Form as he shows us how to DNF. Yeah, no worries, Mr. J. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining in. Look forward to seeing you race on Sunday. Be good to see you back. Enjoy the rest of your week. So Funky Swanny on the steering wheel is down to a 39.292. $262? 39.262. Show us the puddles. They don't really do puddle things. You don't really get any splashes. They look nice. I'll show you a puddle. They look nice, but if you drive into them, they don't really splash or anything. There's no splash effects. Yeah, they've only got sound. You really want to drive the Blackwood tracks on Wreckfest 2 and race it live for lift for speed? Hell yeah, man. We did Blackwood on Wreckfest 1. It was a really good race. Really good race. We did it twice, actually. We did it in the Revline World Championship, and we also did like a separate event that Tyrone won, where we did all the variants of it. Did like the rallycross and everything. You watched it live? Hell yeah, man. Yeah, it was a good race. Yeah, hopefully we'll get it again in Wreckfest 2. We'll see how she goes. Yeah, Tyrone, yeah. Yeah, he had a good event. I think he was battling with... Who was he battling with? I can't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, he had a good event. I just love how smooth David is. So smooth. He's spoken before that he's done a lot of sim racing. You can tell, just the smooth lines. Smooth brain. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's topping out on this straight here. He seems to get a lot of kickback when he changes gear. Probably losing a bit of time when he does that. I'm not sure if he's using like a shifter or paddles. His car sounds in pain, yeah, it does. I think he's probably using a shifter. The puddles are very shiny. Yeah, it'd be cool if we can get like STR to do some sort of mod with this. Maybe get the popper on it. Swing the popper around this. Actually, it looks a bit... There's not much room, is there? Yeah, we need something a bit smaller. I wonder how many sign-ups we have for the event. Last time I looked, we had, I think it was 16 or 17. Hopefully we'll get a full house on Sunday. Yeah, so this will be my last race of the stream. Well, not that I've done any racing myself, but it's been nice to get to grips with the free cam, do a bit of commentary. I did a bit of commentary earlier on, that was nice to do. Can't really do that for the full stream, otherwise I'll just run out of things to say. But yeah, it was nice to do. I feel like I'm ready to do the comms on Sunday. I'll be joined as well by, I think I'll be joined by CRJ, so he'll help fill in the gaps with his big bald head. Yeah, looking forward to it. I've not spoken to CRJ for a while, so it'd be nice to do this again with him. Bouncy's having a lovely time in first place in the rammer. How's it going, Reckless? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, the free cam is lovely. How's it going, Ellis One Bird? Fake, nice. I'm here, I'm here. Nice of you to join me as soon as I'm finishing the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, the free cam, I'm glad we got it. It was well timed. We announced the event, and then shortly after, we found out that we can have free cam in Wreckfest 2, so we will get to view it how we always wanted to view it. You like joining when I finish? Fuck it. The manual clutch is kind of ass if you don't have the settings right. The delay is just you. Have you tried the old way, Koo? The old way still works. If you have analog, if you have it bound to like gear up on analog up and clutch on analog right, if you flick it diagonally, that still works. I'm not sure if that's an option for some people. That's how you was doing it. Yeah, I did a bit of testing with it and it seems to work alright. But you just have to get thumb ache in an endurance race by flicking your fingers all the time. No, so the saturation for the analog one, you have to have it down to like 5% or 4%, I think it was. If you put anything below 4%, it doesn't even work. Like, you can't even accelerate. So yeah, if you're doing that method, you need your saturation all the way down. Do I use buttons? So at the moment, I'm using the method that's in the recent YouTube video. So I have it macroed. So I have the clutch on the right bumper and the gear up on square on a PS5 controller. There's a 20 millisecond delay on square. That's what I have at the moment. I'm not sure if that's the best way, but that's the one that I use right now. If I start using one and there's a significant improvement, I'll do another video. No, just watch the video. It's been easy to see it with the where you can visually see it, because I actually do it from scratch in the video. It's easier to watch than for me to explain. Yeah, I go through it step by step. There's no cuts or anything in the video. But yeah, that's the end of the stream, guys. I am leaving the server. Yeah, I appreciate you all for joining. I'm streaming again tomorrow. We're going back to back to back to back to back. So I'm streaming again tomorrow. I'm going to be setting up the steering wheel and trying to race in, I don't know, dirty servers maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna do some racing on the wheel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I've got some time off work, so I can do some more streaming before we get back to normal next week. But yeah, good to see you all. Thanks for joining on YouTube and Twitch. Thanks for everyone for joining in and racing in the server. If anyone wants to join and race in the server during the week, you're more than welcome to. It's the Revline. I'll show you now. It's the Revline practice server. All you need is a password, which is JREV, JAYREV, and you can practice in there. Looking forward to seeing you all on Sunday for the event. If you want to join it, just join the Revline Discord server and look in the Wreckfest 2 event section and join in. Yeah, we'll see you then. We'll see you then. Thanks for all for joining. GG's David, final form. Good racing, mate. Nice to see you too, Reckless. No worries, mate. Nice to see you. Cool, GG's, mate. Hopefully you sort it out. If you need to know anything, just DM me and I'll send you diagrams or whatever. Ellis One Bird, nice to see you, mate. Bouncy, all the best to you, mate. Good win for Bouncy. W stream, thank you very much. But yeah, GG's, guys. I'm going to end the stream now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.